Kill la Kill is an excellent example of anime junk food. It's well animated, has funny gags, features well-rounded, likable characters, incorporates a bombastic score, and excellent action sequences. Sure, it's dumb, like it's really dumb, but it is nevertheless hella cool. Now, this isn't a criticism. It's perfectly fine to enjoy it on an individual level, but to read too deeply into a show about screaming teens fighting in lingerie is way overthinking things. And come on, no one likes a nerd. So just turn off your brain, admit that you like trash, and get down here in the mud with the rest of the pigs in human clothing. So, when it comes to Kill la Kill, this is an incredibly pervasive opinion on the series, and if this is where you want to stop your engagement, well, that's fine. If all you're looking for, or all you take away from watching Kill la Kill, is dumb show with cool fights, then carry on. The only thing I ask is that you let those of us with a more critical eye engage with the series in our own fashion. Because regrettably, this idea of overthinking has become endemic within online anime discourse, and I want to explore why that is a problem. So let's start over. On its face, Kill la Kill is a relatively simple story about a teenage girl seeking revenge against the person who murdered her father, and in turn, getting inadvertently swept up into a struggle where the fate of the world hangs in the balance. You know, a typical battle shonen fare. And this narrative is accomplished through creating a world where the most powerful beings are teenaged girls fighting in incredibly revealing outfits called kamui, or god robes. Oh,
and the kamui themselves are created from a parasitic alien life form called life fibers who artificially advance the evolution of hominids to wear clothes so that at some indeterminate point in the future, they could be dispersed among the human population, who would then be used as an energy source to cover the planet in a cocoon which would explode and scatter the life fiber seeds across the cosmos, propagating their species.
These aesthetic decisions, coupled with an absurd narrative, combine to make it easy for anyone watching the series to dismiss the very possibility of any deeper significance out of hand, as laid out by mal user Mouthpiece. If you watch the show for the crazy action and fan service, you will be rewarded with a whole lot of brain-dead entertainment. If you are offended by lots of nude, you will drop it early on. If you start thinking about its plot and themes, you will be completely lost and stop caring from a point on. If you start making allusions and symbolisms and comparisons to every little detail to everything else out there, then welcome to the Overthinking group, where no matter how stupid something is, you will still find some excuse to make it seem like it's amazing. And this brings us to the critique of overthinking, which is that looking for any significance deeper than what is provided by the narrative is seen as at best trying to justify liking such a trashy series, and at worst, intellectual navel-gazing. A show comprised of these heavily stylized elements and high levels of absurdity don't leave any room for symbolism, metaphor, allegory, or intertextual satirization. Right? One of the most well-known facts about Kill la Kill is that director Imashi Hiroyuki came up with the concept of the show based on a series of puns, particularly how the Japanese term for fascism, fasho, is nearly identical for fashion, fashion. In a similar way, the title Kill la Kill, or Kirura Kiru, is also a homonymic pun which can be translated as dressed to kill. But the wordplay doesn't stop there, and if you take the time to explore both the family and given names of the majority of the cast, and even the technical attack sets, as Kit Flowerstorm did for the Study of Anime website in 2014, you can begin to appreciate the Tolkien-esque levels of wordplay woven throughout the text. To take things one step further, as noted by Caitlin Johnson, an anonymous creator under the name of KLK Cataloger attempted to catalog every intertextual reference they were able to find in Kill la Kill but had to abandon the project by episode 14. Nevertheless, they were able to catalog at least 195 references to other media properties, both Japanese and non-Japanese. Which isn't to say that intertextuality is in and of itself some objective measure of the quality of a piece of media, only that it belies a complexity which may not be understood from a literalist reading of the text. And this, I think, gets to the heart of the issue of overthinking Kill la Kill. To reiterate an earlier argument from a Mal user, if you start making allusions and symbolisms and comparisons to every little detail to everything else out there, then welcome to Overthinking Group, where no matter how stupid something is, you will still find some excuse to make it seem like it's amazing. This perspective reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of the process of reading a text, as well as why someone may engage with the text in this way. As semiotician Daniel Chandler notes, meaning is not contained within texts. They need to be supplemented in order to be understood. We read meaning into texts, drawing upon our existing knowledge and experience of signs, reference, and codes in order to make explicit what is only implicit. Therefore, even at a basic level, every viewer is going to have to decode the text to some degree in order to understand it. Recognizing the intertextual tendencies in Kill la Kill will, if anything, only add to the viewer's experience and appreciation of how the show acknowledges and plays with its own absurdity. That a text is absurd should not, after all, preclude that any deeper significance or meaning can be gained from its interrogation. This is, after all, the primary means by which satire has been utilized to critique broader sociocultural tendencies. But this is where I would argue the incongruity arises. This tendency to sort the media we consume into trash and art as seemingly objective categorizations for what are ultimately highly subjective personal tastes writ large. Taking this bifurcation as definitive and then making declarative statements that properties judged to be art deserve to be analyzed, while those judged trash merely enjoyed, reinforces deeply entrenched attitudes towards high and low art. Attitudes which, under even the slightest bit of interrogation, comes apart at the seams.